And welcome back, everyone. Game 2 here for the final match for Group M. It is going to be FXOWhale up against QuanticIllusion. Atlanta Spaceship will be the map as we jump straight into it. We have, of course, a Whale up here at the top corner. It's going to be a hatch first coming from him as our red Zerg. And down here at the bottom left, we have a command center first, this time from Illusion on this map. Very wide map, instantly spotted by Whale, though, into gas. So he's gone command center in a gas. This might trigger an all-in coming in here from Whale, because he's going to be very weak early. And we got the barracks at the top of the ramp here. But either way, we saw some really nice aggression from Illusion. Whale slapped it down each time. But then, the double drop. Oh, we're going to have a third
really
hatch.
Quick third hatch, like even faster than usual. Before spawning pools is going to be his reaction to this. So he's like, I could all in you, but I'm Whale. I like to macro. So I'm just going to macro really, really hard, okay?
But yeah, that last game, it was really interesting. Like, when the drops went in there, I was like, well, he could get in a really tough spot because there were no banelings, and that's exactly what happened. Like, he just couldn't kill the Zerglings. The Marines, because the Marauders are at the front taking all that damage. They have more armor as well. So it's just like, well, what are you going to do?
You have the Marauders very carefully position blocking all of the little tight choke points. And Whale's buildings were actually blocking access from the right. Which is normally what you'd do, is you'd sling a bunch of Zerglings manually around behind the mineral line to clean up all those Marines back there. But Illusion realized that one of the access points was choked off, and he just positioned his Marauders very nicely. He was very intelligent. And like you're saying, Whale just really couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, and then once the spawning pool went down, it really sealed the deal for him. He could not stop anything. But he was ahead until that point, so comebacks can happen, believe it or not. So looking here, Illusion has seen that all of the extra bases. He's going to go home, though. I was going to say, sometimes you do see some kind of shenanigans with like bunkers over there at that third base. He's going to follow this up with Hellions, though, from the main base.
He doesn't really have any Marines, though. Like, he made one Marine and started making a reactor immediately. So, like, he could drop a bunker, but it wouldn't really do anything except maybe trying to force Whale to pull drones unnecessarily.
Well, it pulls drones, it can force Zerglings, and you can salvage it anyway. But either way, it has been happening every now and then to a lot of these things. So, with these Hellions coming out now, though, there's going to be no creep spread between all these bases. We do see the first Queen's going to waddle its way down over to the third, which is very common. Actually, no, he's going to go to the natural here instead. Okay. Well, either way, it's interesting because these Hellions are going to be uncontested for quite a while.
He was supply blocked there for a little bit while working on the next two Queens. Hasn't started his gas yet, so I guess he's just got the Queens in position to try and stop any sorts of Hellion shenanigans. What has his vision been? He didn't see the factory, but the barracks is in that positioning where
he just saw the Hellions.
Add-on.
He just saw the Hellions with the Zergling that was pathing at the front now. Anyway, so he's going to be perfectly fine. We've got a Spine Crawler going down as well. There's one Queen and a Spine Crawler at the third base at the same time. So all these Hellion aggression is going to be completely slapped down, just like in Game 1. But let's see if Illusion can make something with a drop come through later on. We do see the barracks with these reactors yet again from him. He does not have a starport on the way just yet, but he's very nicely defended down here, and he does like his supply depot wall-offs to stop the counterattacks. With Stim on the way, he might be able to make something of it. There's 4 Hellions here, but the Spine Crawler's going to be finished by the time he gets up here.
Yeah, you will be able to still roast a few good number of drones. Whale is kind of spreading the drones out just to minimize that a little bit. He only loses 2, actually. I thought he lost more than that, but he definitely could have gotten more if he wanted to trade the Hellions, but it doesn't look like he wants to do that. He's got 2 more out on the field, and once these reactors finish, he'll have a lot of Marines, and he'll be able to go for that Hellion Marine attack that he really, really likes. So it looks like he's just preparing to do that. He's actually going for Stim first as opposed to the combat shields in order to do this attack again. And he has cut the Hellion count because he thinks that 6 is enough, which that's a pretty good assessment. 6 Hellions is quite a bit. And as long as he doesn't trade these for anything, when the Marine count gets up here and he goes for this attack, this could be quite strong.
Yeah, that's very true. We do see the Hellions being thwarted here by the Queens yet again. And at the same time, it's coming into the point where, because the map is so large and Whale has so much vision, I don't see this attack actually doing anywhere near as much damage as it did against Crazy Moving. He didn't get that big of a heads up. There's already Spine Crawlers in position. There's extra Queens compared to the game that we saw on this map last time. And he sees where these Hellions are with the Overlord over on the left as well. Whale is going to have a complete wall off at his natural here in a moment. And Ling Speed is going to be done by the... Well, it's probably going to be pretty close.
He's not going to hit the natural, though. He's probably going to go after the third. But he is in a position where it looks like he might actually go after the natural. Yeah, with this kind of attack, it seems like he went after the third both times before against Crazy Moving, and it seemed like that was intentionally like designed in the build. But this time he's actually charging straight onto the creep here. I don't know why.
Yeah, this is going to not work out well at all. We do have a lot of queens here. We got a lot of Lings. They do have speed. They've got 1-1 on the way. And here we go. So we do have... Oh, the queen's getting caught. Is he going to transfuse? Oh my god, he's got a complete surround on everything. The Hellions at the front taking a lot of damage. And the Spine Crawler is even working in here as well. It was completely crushed.
That was destruction.
Yeah.
Was, I think, the proper word there. He was obliterated. He got deleted from the map, to use a different term. And now Whale is just in an excellent position. He's got a lot of Zerglings here, and there's a bunch of Marines coming with no support. You can actually surround these in a second, let them get a little bit closer so there's no way out, and then just completely crush these. Like, he's giggling to himself right now because he knows this is coming, and he's just going to kill it. Yeah, here he comes with the Zerglings from both sides. Queen's coming in to help as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, that did not work out too well for Illusion right there. And now Whale is 20 supply up. He's going to have this fourth base on the way as well. He looks like he's moving into Mutatech, and Banelings on the way. And once again, we do see the third command center is being made for Illusion. Like, he's using the same build each time, which is working out, which did work out well versus Crazy Moving, and the drops helped him out in the last game. But it doesn't look like it's doing all that well this time against Whale. Especially since he's got a macro hatch coming at the main as well. With the Baneling, he's just supply capped at the moment. But the pure Zergling count that he has in the Queens is going to be able to let him slap this down yet again.
If you look, he's got his Overlords positioned very nicely against drops. Since that last game, the drops really hurt him. That's really what brought Illusion back in the game. So if you just look at Whale's vision, he's got vision on pretty much all of the pathways that the drop would be coming in. Except for maybe by the right eye of the bear on the mini-map. That's probably the only real weakness of his vision. Oh, or he could, get this fourth base right as it finishes. That's actually some really nice timing from Illusion. He should be able to actually take this down if he stims. Yeah, he is going to stim. Yeah. If he focuses down, it will die, and then he can lift up. But he's
unless he's going to get some transfusers down. Is he going to get some transfusers down? No, he's not. He's going to go for this army instead. There's some transfusers on the hatchery, and he's going to be able to let that live as well. Targeting down onto those medivacs here by the Queens is going to shut that down as well. He's going to keep that base alive. And yet again, we do see a Zergling underneath this command center, so he's going to delay this third even more. And he's going to try and come back in, but there's enough Queens now to really just shut this down, even with the medivacs coming forward. And that is going to be, looks like Illusion's going to leave those guys to die here as we got a few more Marines, but he's now 30 supply down. Mutas are on the way. We got Baneling speed finishing up as well. And I don't think even a really strong drop can bring Illusion back in this time.
Yeah, that's, it's interesting there. He made all those extra Queens so early, he just had a ton of transfusions available, more than you normally see, and that's really helping him out, because Illusion really wants to kill this base, because we talked about this before, you do not want to let the Zerg player have this base for free. But these transfusions are just helping him keep it alive for so long. His high energy Queen is in the back while he defends against this once again. Well,
there was a run by down at the third base that was cleaned up at the same time, so it's not all bad here for Illusion. He's going to lose the medivacs. And we are going to see we should see some turrets going up very shortly to defend against these. But the Marine count is at 23 with 3 tanks on the field. There's the turrets coming down. Whoa! He's actually going to build a bunker instead. There we go. There's some turrets. I don't know what he misclicked on instead. But either way, we're going to see a lot of Zerglings coming across the map now here for Whale. There's not that much in defense here. With the muta counts as high as it is, it might be able to just pick up these tanks quite nicely. And, whoa, he's backing off with these Zerglings quite a bit. But, he's going to get 2 free tanks here in the middle for Whale. Man. And there's only 1 tank left after that.
That was...
Yeah, and look at that. Illusion realizes how far behind he is. There's the GG coming out. So Whale will tie up the series. Very unfortunate for Illusion. None of his aggression worked out, and there was no way for him to come back. So we're going to go into our final map here for this series to see who moves into the round of 32. We'll be right back. Stay with us.